The following program is rated TV MA-LSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Coming to you live.
We're live.
In front of an audience from around the world, where we talk about fighters, fighting, and events. Welcome to Fight World Live, where you can hear about the latest in the world of combat sports. Get ready to gear up and square up, because we are going live. And now, broadcasting live.
Super broadcast live.
This is Fight World Live.
Holy shit! Surprise, surprise! Janina's back.
I'm telling you, I'm like an old rag. I turn up eventually, you know.
Jake and Gabe are actually busy tonight, but I called my girl, who now owns and runs her own studio, Stella Mix. Fucking Janine Stella is back on the program.
Woo! It's good to be back. It's good to be back.
Good to be back. Good to see you. And we're also here with the man of the hour. I love this guest, and he has come on the show more than anybody. I love talking to him. Quite possibly the most interesting man on the planet. Ladies and gentlemen, Smilin, Sam, what's going on, brother?
Hey, how you doing, my friends?
How are
Nice.
you?
Oh, doing wonderful. Just got done teaching, and now I'm in my studio here in my garage.
Very good. Very good. So, obviously, Smilin Sam, he is a MMA pioneer, MMA vet, one of the baddest mofos on the planet. And he gets his nickname Smilin Sam because he'll beat your ass and also smile all along of doing it. Of course, the great Smilin Sam. So, what's been going on in your world? Because we're going to touch on why you're in the news and why I go on Google and I see more headlines featuring the great Smilin Sam. So, what's been going on in your world, man?
Yeah, so a couple things. We started a podcast with the Overdogs podcast. We just had John Jones on last week, and that interview has taken off. It has gone everywhere. We're part of the Kunpai Pandas NFT extraordinaire, circuit. And on top of that, I am fighting for the Karate Combat in about 2.5 weeks. And I can't wait.
Jesus Christ, Sam, what? I thought you were going to pop up maybe in PFL. I thought you were going to pop up. I'm like, what is Sam's next move? I'm like, I guarantee it's PFL. I guarantee it. And nevertheless, I go on Schmoogle, I Google your name, and you're going to be competing in Karate Combat. Like, what the hell is going on? You got to explain, man. You got to elaborate how that deal came about, man.
Yeah, well, I'm in the DLC version of the rest of my career. So I got to get the bare knuckle boxing at some point. I'm going karate now. I'm going to do night fighting, where you suit of armor and swords and stuff. I'm going to do it all. I'm going to be the most
Slapping. You'll be in the slapping competition. That'll be awesome.
I don't know if I'm going to do that one. There's one way you can get me actually angry, and that's slapping me. If you slap me, all bets are off.
Holy shit.
That's
crazy.
No, honestly, I watched a buddy of mine is Raymond Daniels. I saw on his Instagram, fighting for Karate Combat this Saturday and so I watched it 4 or 5 months ago and just fell in love with it. It was such a high-paced combat sports kind of thing. And then they have the green screen and it's a pit instead of a cage. I just liked everything about it. So immediately I started following and messaging and saying, hey, what would it take? You know, I've got some karate in my background as well. What do you need out of me? And they started answering, and before too long, here I am. I'm fighting September 16th.
Crazy.
That's amazing. Is Andrea Ocampo still the host?
Boss Rutan is kind of I mean, he's one of the head guys. And then every week every show, they always have GSP or they have Mike Perry, Luke Rockhold.
Cool.
They have a lot of highfalutin martial artists, you know, commentating it.
Very, very cool.
I gotta ask you a question, though. So the great, and I wanted to get your wife on the program too. And by the way, Janine, you'll relate a lot to this. She was actually America's next top model. She also has an MMA background. She also is I believe she's a brown belt, right, in jiu-jitsu right now.
Yeah, she might as well be a black belt. We're just dragging our feet getting it. But yeah,
Oh my gosh.
She won America's Next Top Model a few years back, and she'll be in my corner. She's been my chief corner my entire career. I've only had the career I have because of her, and so she and I will be going to the Dominican Republic here in about 2.5 weeks.
All right,
That's so
brass
cool.
tacks though. What did your wife? Did she tap you out when she found out you're going to go into karate combat? Did you guys have like a war of words when she said, "What the hell are you doing, Sam? What's going on?"
She was thrilled. She was thrilled. I remember the first one I saw, we were at my kids' soccer team end of season finale, whatever. And so the kids were playing in the pool, and I just found a TV and started watching it on my phone, or having my phone connect to the TV. And my wife was upset with me that I was ignoring everybody and watching what I was watching. But she got over it. She came out there and kind of watched along with me. She got tickled. And it was during that episode, I was like tweeting and following and this and that, just trying to get someone's attention out of karate combat, and it worked. And so she didn't think it was going to happen because it's not known that I started in a karate school when I first started fighting. It's not talked about all that often. And now that I'm having the opportunity to really, explore where my roots in martial arts came from, I'm going to have a lot of fun doing it in front of everyone.
And Janine, just to get you up to speed, I saw him in pro wrestling. He went to the pro wrestling ring, knocked somebody out. So I thought it might have been pro wrestling. When he left the UFC, I thought it was either going to be pro wrestling or against Jake Paul, because he was calling out Jake Paul too, Janine, just to get you up to speed when he left the UFC. I thought he was going to do a multitude of different things. I'm like, where's Sam going to go? That was like
I'm
the
still
main
working
question.
on the pro wrestling. That is my dream, is to be WWE or AEW, or something like that level. I just have to be able. I can't do the smaller leagues other than a hobby right now, just because I have a family.
Right.
I have 2 questions for you, and they're very, very important questions. Are you ready? Okay.
I'm ready.
First question: are your teeth real?
This one's not. I lost it in high school wrestling.
Okay, beautiful teeth. Second question: what is it like being married to a supermodel?
Oh, y'all ever wonder why my name is Smilin Sam? She's the answer.
Oh,
yeah. No, it's such a blessing. I mean, I knew her before she was a supermodel, and she knew me before I ever stepped in a cage. And so we've really kind of grown into this life together, and I've just been blessed with someone as wonderful as she is.
That's fantastic.
yeah, it definitely is, and you need that type of balance, especially if you have your wife in your corner. I can imagine like the missus in my corner just screaming like, "Come on, get the fuck up!" Like I could only imagine that type of oh damn, I better get up now. Like having her, it's got to be a benefit having your wife in your corner.
Oh, it's wonderful. Not many people have their girl in the corner with them, but no, she was. I mean, at first, like fight number 1, she was in my corner because it's a free ticket, and then she started taking it. I mean, far more serious than I ever did. Like she did her research, she learned about the sport. She was the reason I did anything. She's the reason I moved to California to train with Dan Henderson. She is the real brains behind my brawn.
Very cool. Very cool. So do you still want to fight Jake Paul, though? And I'm actually going to ask this question in detail later because one of the fans asked this question. But do you still want to get that fight with Jake Paul, or maybe bring him to karate combat? That'd be
all right. I'll fight Jake Paul wherever. Easiest money I ever make.
I'll fight Jake Paul too.
I'll fight
Yeah.
Jake Paul.
Only problem is I'm not old enough and I'm not retired yet. So I'm not on his, I'm not on his peripherals just yet. I'll get there. I'm older than he is.
Yeah, you don't meet the qualifications. You're not over 50 years old, and you're not. You actually do have a boxing background, so
yeah. I'm not a wrestler. I'm not a jiu-jitsu guy. I'm not a basketball player.
Yeah, you didn't play basketball at one point in time. Maybe we can squeeze you in or rely on your resume a little bit. I mean, you've done everything else. I mean,
and I'm his size or bigger. He only likes fighting those guys two way. I know. I've got an uphill battle to get that fight happening, but we'll make it happen.
Fair enough, sir. So at this point in the program, what we do is we ask you 5 questions, 5 random questions. The fans submit them all throughout the week. And by the way, it took a while to get you on the show, and I apologize about the delays. I thank you so much for coming on and being so understanding. You are the man. But we asked 5 questions to the great Smilin Sam. And are you ready to play 5 questions, good sir?
Yeah, give me what you got.
All right, let's go to topic number 1.
Let's go! That was quite the graphic.
It was.
Topic number 1, good sir. Logan Paul versus Dillon Danis. Has it gone too far? And obviously with the trash talk and everything like that, what say you? Obviously, you know how to sell a fight and promote the fight, just being your lovable self. But what say you? What do you think about the hype going into this Dillon Danis versus Jake Paul fight?
All right. Well, first thing, I was supposed to be with Logan Paul right now, sparring with him all week. I bet his boxing coach. His boxing coach hit me up probably about 3 weeks ago. Said, "Hey, you come down and we need southpaws. You're a good southpaw." And I've sparred Logan Paul before. Said, "You want to come down?" I said, "All right, let's do it." A week later, I asked, "Hey, is there any payment? Because I'm going to be taking off work. I'm going to, I've got stuff to do." So, "All right, we'll give you $1,000." I said, "Listen, I can't do it for $1,000. I'll miss. I need to feed my family." He said, "If we do $2,000, I can make it work." And then they waited like a week and a half. And then his manager got back and he said, yeah, too much money. We don't have it in the budget. So, all right, good luck fighting Danis. So it was going to be this week if it worked out, but it didn't work out. Has it gone too far? Nah, it hasn't gone too far. He kind of started it. Logan did, he said something about him banging something, and then he's just been going to town. And it has reached this. I mean, it was kind of funny for a week or so, but it's kind of hitting that it's stale. Like, I don't care about it. I don't want to keep hearing about it kind of spot. But I don't think it was too much. And Logan Paul has made a career out of people hating him, people loving him, so he's used to it. I don't think it's really affected him either.
And Janine, just to keep you up to speed, have you been seeing like the hype that's been going on with the Logan Paul versus Dillon Danis? Like, they went to the press conference. Logan Paul baked him a cake, like put up a sign. You got tapped up by a bouncer. Dillon Danis is all over the internet, like talking about his fiance and how many how many guys that his fiance has been with. Like, and their body count. Yeah. Like, do you believe this, Janine? Like, would you say that has gone too far, Janine?
No, I believe there's no such thing as bad press. And I think, you got to capitalize on it before people forget your name, and more power to them.
I don't know. If somebody talked about Smilin Sam's wife, I think they would be dead already. It wouldn't even reach it wouldn't reach the fight. That opponent would be in a box. You would be in a jail cell. I think it has gone a little bit too far. Maybe I'm just a Sakuraba fan. But
that's why we're talking about it on this show. I think I mean, whether you agree with it or not, I love the controversy and I love the press behind it. And I think I would only be so lucky to be in a scandal on the internet or on TV.
The difference would be is if he were to be saying anything about my wife, it would be a lie. It would be, there are no photos of her with a high body count or with this guy or that guy or with LeBron or with Kobe or Shaq, whoever she's been with. There's no photos of my wife doing any of that. She hasn't done any of that. So nothing Danis has done is untrue. He's not making up anything. So I can understand being offended by it, but it's not. I mean, you're only he's really only holding up a mirror to her.
And it also helps too that your better half could tap out and make like 99.9% of males cry. I think
Yes,
also that's
my
a
wife,
benefit too.
my wife could beat up Logan Paul very likely.
All right, guys. Are you ready for topic number 2?
Yes, sir.
All right, are you ready, Sam?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, topic number 2. Topic number 2, PFL $100 million investment came from Saudi Arabia. I believe that's what happened this week. They injected $100 million investment into PFL. What say you, the great Smilin Sam? What do you think about that? As far as the investment's concerned, what do you think about the PFL?
I love the PFL. I have liked it from their first show. And you know, the UFC, everybody's, oh, they need a union. They're monopolizing this and that. They've been around for 30 years. It's not a very large or not a huge business in that regard. If you want to make fighters get paid more, support the PFL, support Bellator, support ONE FC, Eagle FC, KSW, support all these other shows. Because if PFL starts paying more than the UFC is going to up their pay. And that's how fighters are going to get paid more. So I love this. I don't know anything about the investment that Saudi Arabia has made, what they're expecting from the PFL in regards to, you know, the $100 million or whatever they gave. But the bigger the PFL is, the better all fighters are going to do.
Right, and especially getting Francis Ngannou, because it's always been saw as kind of like the secondary program, like kind of like the feeder league till they get to the UFC. Like, okay, we're in PFL. Hopefully, this is a step up to get to the UFC. But now with signing Francis Ngannou and signing Jake Paul, who's a big name, and wanting to do those pay-per-view super fights, like I don't know if you kept up with the PFL, Janine, but have you heard about the PFL as a casual MMA viewer? And obviously, you cover the sport. Have you heard about PFL, or what do you think about it?
Yeah, I'm obsessed with PFL. I think it's great. I have to agree with Smiley over there. I think there's nothing better than knowing that your hard work pays off and you can win a nice pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, especially if you work hard. And I think there's so many fighters that are working for little to nothing in a lot of these smaller fighting organizations, and knowing that they could work their tail off and be rewarded and compensated for their time and their energy and their sacrifice for their family sacrifice, their training. There's a lot that goes into it. And I say, I'm all for it.
Yep. And if we get at least one of those $100 million, maybe we can get Smilin Sam in the PFL. What do you think, Mr. Sam?
We'll see what happens. I'm gonna go and get that title for Karate Combat first, and then we'll see what happens next.
Hell yeah, man! All right, so topic number 3. I don't mean to spoil it, but we already talked about it. Topic number 3 was, does Sam Alvey want to still fight Jake Paul, which we already talked about, and obviously it could happen. I mean, we gotta wait 20 more years. We gotta wait for you to get to the proper age, but
yeah.
That was one of the questions.
I'll have a walker in hand, and I'll still whoop his ass.
But seriously, like, he's taking MMA fighters and he's bringing them into boxing. Wouldn't it make sense, too, if we took Jake Paul and brought him into karate? I mean, doesn't that make just as much sense as MMA, and you're isolating all the sports and all the combatants to focus on that one martial art boxing? Let's take him to karate combat. It's the same
karate
thing, right?
combat would love it. But Jake Paul's got so much money from his YouTube and everything. He would start his own karate combat league and then, have fight professional wrestlers.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And have you trained professional wrestling yet? And now that we touched on the topic,
No, I have not. I need to start. I can fall better than most just from my years of being thrown by people, and I'm very, very willing to throw people and to be thrown by people. So those are my strengths. But you give me on a microphone and I will outsell The Rock.
Dude, you're so fucking good on the mic, man. You got some serious chops for it. So, are you ready for topic number 4, good sir?
Yeah, number 4, my man.
All right, let's go. Topic number 4.
Question 4.
Nice graphics, Potter.
Oh my goodness. Francis Ngannou fighting Tyson Fury It's going to happen. It's on the dotted line. What say you, the great Smilin Sam? Who you think takes this fight? Who you think wins between Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury? What say you?
I said it immediately as soon as it was announced. I also said that if I'm wrong, I'm supposed to be wrong. But I'm taking Ngannou. I'm riding and dying with my man.
No
he's
way.
He's gonna get in there. He just needs the one punch. He can land it. Tyson's been hit before, and one punch is all he needs. Now it's not a smart bet, but if I'm right, people are gonna remember this forever. That I called it from day one. If I'm wrong, I'll take crap for a week, and then nobody will ever think of it again.
But did you see? They release sparring footage of Mike Tyson training with Ngannou, like with Francis.
Yeah.
That's fucking terrifying. That's like a terrifying combination.
Yeah, Tyson, he's still got it. He's I mean, if you're gonna train with the best, and Mike Tyson is arguably the greatest it's ever been.
Yeah, and I'd rather be on a rooftop of the World Trade Center during September 11, 2001 than take a shot from Iron Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, he's a scary, scary individual. I don't know what's worse. Like, still scary, still got it. Like, guy's a madman. Janine,
he absolutely is.
Yeah, I don't know if you're following, Janine, but yeah.
I am. I can't make a decision between the two of these. I just can't. I can't make a decision. Like, I'm gonna say Francis.
Yeah. We're riding and dying with the guy that's never boxed before. I love it.
Yeah, but it's Tyson Fury, the greatest of his generation. I don't think Ngannou gets it done. I do not think, and especially dealing with that long reach.
Right. You're probably right, but I'm going with Francis.
Are you willing to bet money on that, though, good sir? Are you willing to put money, like your house, and bet it on Francis Ngannou?
I'm not going to put my house on it, but I wouldn't put my house that Tyson's going to win either. I'll bet $20 on
it. Fair
enough. All right, are you ready for the fifth and final topic?
Yeah, what's this fifth question?
All right, let's go.
Let's make a baby vibe.
Does that say let's make a baby?
Oh no! Listen, our graphic designer or producer does very good work and quality work. Number 5 might have not been as strong. Like he kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't as strong suit, but nevertheless, Smilin Sam, what is one fact that nobody in the world knows about you? One fact.
Shoot. I don't know what people don't know about me. I'm an open book. I've always told everyone everything. Let's see. What I got? Is there something around me? So my studio is in my garage. I have a little corner in my garage. On the other side of the camera, which nobody can see, I've got a little chicken coop. So we raise chickens in our bathroom, but as soon as they're too big for the bathtub, we move them out to the garage. And
that's pretty radical.
My garage smells like a chicken coop. So that's something people don't know.
So are you guys? So is your family on a farm, right? Like you guys?
I call it a ranch, but yeah,
a ranch. Okay, right on. So you have like the whole cows.
No cows, but I have 2 horses. I've got 12 sheep, 5 sheep, like 12 goats, chickens, turkey. I hate the turkeys. The turkeys are the worst. Nobody get turkeys. I've got turkeys, a lot of dogs, cats. Yeah, we're doing the whole ranch life.
Yeah, I would love to live on a ranch, like in peace and quiet solitude. The kids get raised like good old fashioned raising where you have to play outside and that seems like the life, and that seems like the way to go, away from the noise and away from the city, and that seems like the way to go.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. I love it out here. I wish I had more time to ever ride my horse, but I don't. I get to feed it every day though, twice.
Yeah, me and Janine are coming to your ranch, by the way. We'll help out with some of the chores, but we're coming to your ranch. It seems like, Janine, you've been overworked for the last, 5 months of starting your business?
Yeah.
I need time for a nice vacation on the ranch.
Yes, I need some goats. My friend has a goat. We were just actually having the conversation about her goat before I hopped on this call. swear on my life. And her goat's name is Manolo, and he has his own Instagram account.
Oh, that's awesome. I like all my goats. We've got my big one is Artem. Then we've got Rhonda McGoatsy, Connor McGoater, Goat St. Pierre. And who am I missing? Goat St. Pierre. And I've got one more of my original 5, but they've all multiplied.
You have Goat St. Pierre?
Goat St. Pierre.
Goat St. Pierre.
Yeah.
John Goat Jones? No? Nothing?
Yeah, I don't have that one, but that would have been a good one.
It takes a
Goats are
goat
awesome.
to know a goat. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah,
goat
yeah.
right here, Smilin Sam. Amen, sir. Amen. So before we let you get back to your busy night, obviously you're raising kids, you're doing the thing, and you're running a full-time schedule as well as training for Karate Combat. Where can we catch your podcast? Where can we catch you? And obviously, when can we see you fight for Karate Combat?
Yeah, the biggest one I'm trying to grow right now is my YouTube channel, and that's Smilin Sam. I'm at Smilin Sam on everything. SMILEN Sam on everything. But my YouTube's the one I'm putting a lot of effort into. I'm actually banned from YouTube for 2 weeks right now. I don't even know what. I know they kicked me off. I'm not even sure what I did. They said I've got a strike now. I'm a rabble. I was raising hell or something. No, they said one of my videos broke their guidelines, but they didn't tell me what guideline it broke, and it didn't break anything. I took video. It was like a compilation. I took a bunch of funny stuff off TikTok and just put it together and threw it up there. And I don't know I don't know what went wrong, but I've got about 3 days left on my suspension there, and then I'll be back to I pump out 4 or 5 videos a week.
I got a dream of you and Sean Strickland. You and Sean Strickland should start a YouTube channel. That would be a YouTube dream.
I don't live close enough to him. And Sean's a tricky guy because he talks a lot. Like people don't realize it, but if you're in a room with him, he doesn't shut up. So if you were to have a podcast with him, it'd really be just me listening to him talk for an hour and a half. That's what it is.
I think Sean is such a nice guy, though. Like, so at the UFC Apex, I was talking to him, and I was like interviewing him. He's like, "Oh, look at this guy got dressed up, not like these fucking losers. Look at John Morgan, badass." And just started talking. I'm like, "Oh my god, you made me into the scarlet letter and now I'm gonna be like a sore thumb." And he's talking shit about everybody. It's like, "Oh, you wear a nice suit. Fuck all these other guys looking like slobs." And I'm like, "Oh god, he's freaking me."
Yeah, that sounds like him. That sounds about right. He was every time we'd spar, whether I won or whether I lost, he'd always, "Sam, you know the thing about you." "Oh, John, what's the thing about me?" And he does that to everyone. "You know the thing about you."
Justin Sims says Sam is Jessica's favorite fighter. Jessica being his
no way. That's wifey. That's so cool. That's so great, Justin.
Thank you. I'm honored.
What's up, Jess?
Yeah, you got fans, man. You got a lot of fans, and we can't wait to see your podcast. And so, your latest episode with John Jones, is it up right now? Can we watch it?
Yeah. So that one's at the Overdogs. If you go to Kunpai Pandas or overdogs.com, it was our 4th or 5th episode, and it was John Jones. I mean, he came in, sat down, and chatted with us for an hour and a half. And he hasn't done anything like that since 2015 or 16 we were talking about. And he's talked about his retirement, talked about his fight against Stipe coming up, talked about who his goats are. We talked about everything.
Yeah. And the last time I talked to John Jones and actually had a good conversation, it was not when I worked at his last fight, because his last fight was pandemonium when he won. In 2013, he did a UFC event, and we talked about his time at Team Bomb Squad. We talked about his previous fights, his wrestling career, especially on the East Coast. And we had a good conversation off camera, got a picture with him and everything like that. The coolest guy ever. And I think he gets blown out of proportion of oh, he's a jerk and stuff. I think John Jones is one of the nicer fighters in the community. That's what I think. I think he's great.
Well, I don't know him well enough. We only got to chat with him for about an hour and a half, but it was a fun conversation. I was real happy with the way it turned out.
Awesome. And when can we watch your fight for Karate Combat? And who's the potential opponent?
September 16th. I will be fighting on the Karate Combat YouTube page. free for everyone. You just tune in, watch, and it's gonna be. I'm gonna put on a show. I'm gonna make a name for myself.
I'm totally going to watch that. I've been wanting to watch Karate Combat for like years.
It's so much fun. And not even bragging about my fight being in there. It's the karate. It is such a fast paced, striking event with some wrestling. I am a typical MMA fan. Like if it goes to the ground, it's like get back up. You want to see the knockouts, and you don't see the spin and stuff in MMA because you're scared of the takedown. This Karate Combat League, it is spinning, it is flying knees, it is such a fast-paced fight. And it being only 3-minute rounds, nobody's worried about getting tired. So it's been just a blast to watch, and I'm really tickled that I get to step in the pit and fight.
I can't wait. I can't wait to watch Karate Combat. We're going to watch it on the YouTube. We'll plug it. Obviously, we're going to sell it like the second coming of Christ because you're going to be on it and you're a friend of the show. And Sam, thank you so much for coming on. It's been a long time in the making. I'm glad that after 2 weeks, we're able to have you on and catch up with you. You are the man. You will always be the man in my eyes, and we're always going to be rooting for you. So thank you so much, Smilin Sam, for coming on.
Oh, you guys very welcome. Thank you for having me on, and we'll do it again.
Hell yeah, man.
Meeting you. Your best smile ever.
Hey,
best smile ever.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. All right, that was Smilin Sam. Finally got him on the show, and it was 2 weeks of like back and forth. Considering, I got busy, he got busy. We, he is raising kids, he's training, and he's got a litter of future legends in his stable. He's being a full-time dad. He's an awesome dad if you look at his Instagram. Being a full-time fighter, and by the way, he fought the highest levels while doing all this and while playing that balancing act of being a dad and also.
I love that.
Yeah, he's a bad motherfucker. Sam has always. He was one of our first guests on our old show, and it's always good to talk to him. And I love catching up with him. And he's always going to be a friend of mine. Always be a friend of the shows. And he's
a bright light. He has such good high energy, high vibration, bright light.
Yeah, and that's why.
That's why Dana farm of kids. Look at Justin.
Oh yeah, he's got a farm of kids, and he's got a ranch too, which makes all the irony of it all. Right? So you open up a studio, and before we sign off, we gotta sound that like the second coming of Christ, and that's why you've been so busy, and that's why you haven't done a show with us. But tell us about the studio, and tell us about why you look like you haven't slept in 2 years.
Yeah.
That's a good segue, right?
So I had this bright idea that, I wanted to own my own studio, and it's very cool. My clients are so diverse. There's all walks of life, from football players to boxers to real estate agents. I mean, you name it. I have a chiropractor, just interesting people. But it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. The first year of a business is a lot, and I'm learning a lot. I work a lot. I don't sleep a lot, and hey, I'm just kind of rolling with it. It's fun. Being an entrepreneur is fun. Some days you want to literally beat your head into the wall and say, why did I do this? I could have done so many things, just take a 9 to 5 and shut the hell up. And then other days I wake up and I don't really feel like I'm working, but I'm working all day, if that makes any sense. I don't feel like I'm working, but I'm just doing. I'm like a hamster on a wheel, but I and I enjoy it. So just kind of immersed in my career right now, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and when I took you and McGruber out for when I was in Florida for UFC, and I'm like, this is a fundamental problem that all podcasts it's oversaturated and they all suck and they're self-produced and nobody has the concept of podcasting. You actually give them that guide, that that cheat sheet of how to do a good show with good camera angles, good sound, good producing, all that shit. So you literally give them the cheat sheet, and it's wow, you're solving the world's problems. And a pain point in everything is podcasts do not get engagement because they all suck and they all look the same. Where you make podcast stand out from a branding standpoint and also from a look standpoint also, and you've helped them find their brand. I've seen your shit. It's awesome. It's top notch.
Oh,
what you
thanks.
do on Mix. Yeah, I'm a huge
Thanks, David.
fan. No problem.
I'm having fun. I need help in the remote visual realm of podcasting, but as far as like the in person, like I've got it down. Always learning, always wanting to improve, getting better equipment. There's so much technology out right now, and things are changing, and so I know a lot of my competitors in the area. We all kind of know each other because there's not very many of us that are producing podcasts. So we all try to keep up with the technology, give each other tips. The ones that like each other, anyway. There's a couple of us that don't like each other, but some of us really like each other, and we just want to see each other do well in our respective businesses.
Yeah, and if you want to start a podcast and you want people and you want to reach your target demos and you want to get known and you want to really have a top-notch production, call up Stella, call her Tampex, pull some strings, and she'll make it happen for you. And she'll come up with something fucking awesome. She'll have you come in the studio, tour your studio, and also hook you up with
remote. We'll do remote. I do on location. Like tomorrow morning, I have an on location shoot. It's Float, Sizzle, and Chill. It's a great show if you're wanting to listen to something cool on Apple. We float in a floater, you know, like the flotation device, and then we sizzle in the sauna for 20 minutes, and then we do a cold plunge. And it's pretty amazing how we take electronics in those extreme conditions, but you'd have to watch his YouTube channel to check it out. But yeah, any idea that's off the wall, I want to be a part of it. I think it's great.
Fuck yeah. You'll try anything twice. And that's why you're such a good business owner. And so before we wrap it up with Christmas present, where can we find you on Instagram? Where can we find all your handles? And of course, where can we find your business?
Perfect. So StellaMix.com is my website. And then you can find me at StellaMix_studios on the gram. And I'm also at StellaMix on Facebook. Or you could email me at info@StellaMix.com.
Very nice. And we're going to let you get some sleep. But when are we going to start up Skulls and Stilettos and start making some podcasting babies on Amazon Prime? And we're number 3 right now. And CBS Sports, we're coming for that ass. But when are we going to see Skulls and Stilettos back on Amazon Prime? When is that going to happen?
That's a really good fucking question. Probably very soon. And now that I'm getting things somewhat situated and getting my team in place, I think it'll be very, very soon.
Fuck yeah.
Probably within the next couple weeks.
Fuck yeah.
A lot sooner than I thought.
And I'm always going to be your hype man. I'm so proud of you and everything you're doing. Always supporting you, and obviously coming down the Gabe had to teach a class, and also Jake Hatton's closing a huge major deal. That's my friend / manager, and for you to come in the clutch and come in obviously after a long day it's hugely appreciated. I love you.
I love you, Potter. You've done it for me. Like I love it. I love it. I couldn't say no. I could not say no to David Potter.
Fuck yeah. And can't say no to you either. So we're going to plug all your studio, all your handles on the YouTube video and also on Amazon Prime. We'll get Skulls and Stilettos back rocking and rolling. So this concludes Fight World Live. We want to thank Smiling Sam for coming on the show. We're going to be rooting for him come his next fight for Karate Combat. Be sure to check it out in September. I can't even fucking talk tonight. It's been a long day. Obviously,
I love you, Potter. You're the best.
I love you more.
You're the best.
Fuck yeah, you're the best. No, you're the best. Ladies and gentlemen, this was Fight World. You're the fucking best. We'll see you. We'll see you next week on Amazon Prime with more groovy guests. We thank you very much for tuning in. So long from Fight World Live. Peace.